Morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Chef.
How are you? All right, if you do not have a camera or you cannot turn on your camera, you need to text me a picture of yourself. My phone number is, I'll put it in the chat. My phone number. You need to make sure I need to see y'all to get credit for today, for every day. Grab my chicken. All right. So let's see if my microphone is set up. All right. Today we're in China part 2. I will need to see your pictures. Thank you. Awesome. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Chef. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Doing very well. I just have a bunch of chicken juice on my hands. Guys, we're gonna get started in a few minutes. I made a mess with my sink, and my sink overflowed or kind of dripped out. So I need to go squeegee up some water real quick. I will be right back in about like 5 minutes. Just give me 1 second. Let me just go fix a mess I just noticed I saw. I would say go ahead and you can start gathering up all your mise en place for today, and I will kind of come back in about 5 minutes. Just give me a couple minutes to fix a mess on me. Wash my hands and we'll get started. Start my leg. Overfilled my sink. All right, so today, until I get to the camera, I'm going to just talk for a second. Today we got fried rice. We have egg rolls, the peanut sauce, and the chicken satay. So let's see. What I might do first, just by looking at everything, maybe work on the chicken satay so it can kind of marinate. And then I'm gonna probably go with the spring roll, and then the fried rice. So I'm gonna kind of gather up my stuff for just kind of my mise en place and start cutting. So if you wanna, I mean, pretty much the whole thing is I'm gonna be mise en place for a few minutes. So I'm gonna gather up my stuff and come over here and start cutting up stuff. I'll be right back. All right, so what I am doing right now is gonna start kind of cutting up everything. I mean, it's all about mise en place. If you remember yesterday, honestly, it took us no time at all to cook, right? It just took, what, maybe 20 minutes to cook all of it. So everything else, everything that we need to do is all about staging up and getting things mise en place together. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Hold on, let me see who came in. Miss Pope, can I, when you have a chance, could you turn on your camera and show me yourself, if possible?
Yeah, chef, just give me 1 minute.
Thank you. Yeah, no worries, no worries. We're just prepping right now. Prepping up everything. All right, so I'm gonna just start prepping. Gonna kind of start cutting all my vegetables, getting everything kind of situated. Now, if you have not already, you could soak your chicken, or I'm sorry, this is not soak your chicken. Soak your skewers if you haven't already, if you're going to be grilling them. So I'm going to just start banging out prep. Let's see here. Well, let me share my screen. I am sharing. So good morning. All right, so I'm going to just start.
Good morning,
up.
Chef.
Good morning. So
Sorry,
I'm
I'm a
going to
little
start.
late.
All right, no problem. We're just prepping, getting everything prepped up. I'm going to start. Thank you, Ms. Pope. So what we're doing is we are doing. Just going to start prepping everything for today's production. I'm going to start with the. I guess it really doesn't matter which one you want to start with because we're gonna most of the time it's gonna be we're just gonna take it's not gonna take much time at all. But I'll start with the spring rolls. I'm gonna just kind of start cutting up. Now I had some onions that I had cut up yesterday that I saved. I've got these onions right here. I've got my garlic. I thought I saved. Oh yeah, there it is. I've got some garlic finely chopped from yesterday. I've got some ginger. I've got some carrots finely chopped. I'm gonna probably need to cut up a few more carrots. Some celery. Now the celery I cut yesterday is something like this. If you see the picture of it, or not picture, but if you see in the camera. Now I'm not going to use this. I'm going to actually cut up a different celery because I want something a little easier to eat in an egg roll. And this is not going to be as easy to eat and to roll up I want more like long strips or dice or something like that. So I'm gonna
Like
probably
small
get-
dice?
Yeah, small or medium dice, something like that, or you can do like julienne. I'm okay with either or any of the above. It's just remember when you're, think about when you eat a egg roll. It's you want to make sure that it's easily eaten. Like, easily kind of eaten in a way to where it's not going to fall apart or any of that sort of stuff. So I'm going to cut most of my stuff in julienne, and maybe for my celery, since the celery is a little bit more fibrous, I might cut that ultra thin, just so where it's easy, your teeth can kind of chew through it a little bit. So in the shrooms you can just kind of slice. So I'm gonna just kind of start, let me make this just a little bit smaller. So I can have more. All right, so I'm just gonna gather up pretty much this whole entire list. So I'm gonna just start cutting the mushrooms. So the mushrooms, I'm gonna take the stem off. I'm gonna cut them into strips, and then I'm gonna cut those strips in half. Good morning, Stan. And I'm gonna cut those strips in half like this. So they're basically just half, a little bit smaller, so where when I roll it up, it's easy for my customers or myself to eat, whatever else. I'm going to put my mushrooms here. And if you used up all your mushrooms yesterday, that's okay. You don't have to have mushrooms in it. Egg rolls can have just about anything in it. If this is more like a vegetable egg roll. And right after egg rolls, I'm going to go ahead and make the marinade for my chicken, because I need to marinate my chicken for my what do you call it? For the chicken satay. All right, so I'm gonna cut my celery ultra thin and smaller julienne, or fine, what I would call fine julienne, because again, you want, since this is very fibrous, you want it thin enough so where it would be easy to eat. The reason why I'm starting with the egg roll is because I need to cook this vegetable a little bit, so where it's not raw, and I want to kind of cool it a little bit before I actually roll it up into my egg roll. So I got mushrooms, I got carrots, I've got garlic, I've got ginger. Oh man, I got the hiccups too. I need some bell pepper. If you used up all your bell pepper yesterday, it's okay. Again, you can put just about anything you want to in an egg roll. just banging out this prep. It seems like, especially during Asia week, anytime we're in Asia or most Asian food, it's all about the prep, just because it really doesn't take long to cook most of the food. It's just time consuming on just the prep. Bell pepper. If you don't have bean sprouts, it's okay. You don't need it. Again, like I said, many different variations. I got, so I've got pretty much everything except I need to grab my soy and oyster sauce, black pepper. So I need my oyster sauce. Hoisin, don't have oyster, use hoisin sauce. Again, a little variation. So with that, I need an egg. I'm going to take that egg, I'm going to crack it, I'm going to beat it up, and I'm going to then get a little water into it, just so it won't be so snotty like. And this egg wash mixture is going to be basically my glue. I'll stick everything together. So I got my egg here. Put everything on the sheet. Celery, carrots, garlic, ginger, onions, mushrooms, bell peppers. I've got my egg. I've got my hoisin / oyster, if you have that. Let's see, where did I put my soy? Here's my soy right here. All right, so I've got everything, if you see right here, I've got everything cut and laid out. So any questions on how to do the prep for this? And then I've got my egg roll wrappers right here in a Ziploc, just sitting there. Now, my suggestion is please don't undo the egg roll. Just, okay. Hold on, I need to write down. The most important thing is the egg roll wrapper. So they do not dry out. I do not want them to be drying out. And if you have not turned on your camera and shown me yourself, you need to do so. So please do so. I still have Isaac. I need you to turn on your camera, show yourself. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get a saute pan, and I'm going to start kind of heating up and cooking this mixture, just so then I can let it cool. Once I get done with that, I'm going to go and make my marinade for my chicken. So I'm going to get a saute pan. All right, get a saute pan. Here's my saute pan right here. I'm gonna turn on the heat. Get some heat going. If I wanted to, I could use to cook some of this vegetables. I can use a little sesame oil, give it a little something, a little flavor. So I'm going to just use a little skosh, little dribble or so of sesame oil. Because again, sesame oil is very strong flavor, right? And we don't want to make it too strong in flavor, nor do we want it. We want our product real greasy as well. We don't want real greasy product. So you need to be very careful. So I'm heating up my saute pan. I'm going to put my shrooms in first. Now my shrooms, what they're going to do is they're going to suck up that fat, and then eventually they're going to spit it back out. So you need to manage how much fat you put in there. You don't want greasy egg rolls are inside greasy. So I've got my saute pan right here. Here it is, it's warm. I'm gonna put my mushrooms right in. Let that cook for a couple minutes. And then after my mushrooms, I'm gonna put in my onions. Guys, the most important thing is the less moisture, the better it is. Because when you fry these guys up, what's going to happen if there's a lot of moisture to it, it's going to kind of it's going to blow up and kind of unravel. So you've just got to be very careful with the moisture content. So we're going to cook these mushrooms. Onions. Show you kind of what I'm doing right there. Now there are some egg roll recipes that say, oh, don't cook your vegetables, just throw it in raw, all of that. My feeling is you need to kind of soften those vegetables up a little bit. This is a final practical dish, so you're going to have to be doing that on your finals next week. Here is my vegetable mix so far. If you want to look at that in the camera, here it is. I'm just got it on my computer. Must be off today. Made my sink overflow. So I got my vegetables. I'm going to put some ginger, some garlic. Ginger, I would suggest microplaning or very, very finely cased. Got my garlic in there. Here's what it looks like so far. If you want to look at it in the camera, there it is. Putting it down kind of low. I don't want to burn it. Let's see. I got a little Szechuan pepper. I'm going to go ahead. Instead of using black pepper, I'm going to be using a little Szechuan, ground Szechuan. I'm going to for sure put a little skosh of salt in there. Even though we're using soy, we still okay, you can see my vegetables right here. They're softening up. really well, looking really nice. I'm gonna add a little bit of oyster or hoisin sauce to it, and then a little bit of soy, but I don't want to put too much, and I don't know if you can see how much oyster or hoisin I have on my spoon. It's a very small amount. I can always add more. I can never take it away. Too wet. And if you can see that, I put that hoisin or oyster. I'm going to put a little drizzle of soy in there, but you can kind of see what it looks like. This is kind of where I'm going to stop right here. Here's my onions. Everything's kind of got, I want a little bite to it. I don't want it to be completely like this. My vegetable mix. Okay, here it is. Here's the finished product right here. Okay, you don't see a lot of moisture, a lot of stuff oozing around, any of that sort of stuff. I'm going to take my egg roll mix, take it. I have a little pie tin right here that I'm going to just let sit and cool. Okay, because I don't want to wrap this egg roll with hot vegetables. So there it is. You can see it's not too dark. It's not drowned in soy or hoisin or any of that sort of stuff, but it's cooked, but not overcooked. There we go. So that is the stuff for the egg roll. So I'm going to just let this sit. I'm going to put it, actually, I'm going to try to put it in the fridge to kind of cool it off a little bit. And I'm going to go take it out of the fridge in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go put this in the fridge real quick to let it cool. All right, so my spring roll mix is done. Okay, so everything in there is done. I have my egg right here. All I need to do is I might need some dipping sauce, but if you don't have the dipping sauce, it's all right, no problem. You can make your own kind of soy dipping sauce. That's fine. So I'm going to move on. Any questions on this egg roll mix? Because I will make it and roll it up in a little bit. But I need to let this liquid mix sit and cool first. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go to my chicken breast. Okay, so this is a marinade. Basically, shallots, garlic, ginger, sambal, coconut milk, palm sugar, and let me show you what this is. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups again. I apologize. My medication that gives me the hiccups in the mornings. All right, now this, if you see, if you got the stuff from the school, the product from the school. What they're asking for in this, for the chicken marinade, it's called black. You can use the hoisin or oyster sauce. We'll be using the hoisin or oyster sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get shallots, garlic, ginger, sambal, coconut milk, all of that kind of put together. Now, what I'm going to do for the shallots. Okay, so I'm going to just slice these really thin into round. Let me explain what I'm going to do. All of this is a marinade. Okay, so what we need to do is, hold on. Desiree, could you please either text me a picture of yourself? Oh, thank you, Isaac. Thank you. Nice. All right. I see you. Desiree, you're going to just need to either turn on your camera or in the chat. My phone number is there. I need to be able to see that you're up and moving and all of that. So thank you, Isaac. So what I'm going to do
Excuse me,
is
Chef, can you please
Yes.
put your phone in, in the chat? I don't know what I did with your phone, Chef.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Chef.
No worries. There you go, 512-771-4979.
Thank you, Chef.
Right,
Thank
so
you.
yeah, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all these vegetables or cut all this stuff up so where it's a little bit bigger, so where I'm not. I don't want it on my chicken is going to have, it's a peanut sauce, kind of a dipping sauce. And if I'm going to have any shallots or onions or I'm sorry, shallots, garlic, ginger, if I have that hole on my product, it could burn when I'm grilling it. So I am going to cut the shallots into rounds. So I'm going to cut just real thin rounds instead of dice or instead of small dice, just because I can take this and I can remove it from my marinade. So here's my shallots. I'm going to break them up, just throw it in my mixing bowl. I've got garlic. I've got some chopped garlic that's not so coarse, or that's kind of coarse. And the ginger, I've got some grated ginger, but I can kind of wipe it off. I just don't want it on my product when I grill it. So here's my shallot, ginger, and garlic right here. All right, so I need my sambal. Sambal is that spicy, here, let me show you what, if you want to look at that camera right there, that's the sambal. I kind of said it had like little red pepper flakes in it. That's kind of what it has. I'm going to get some sambal. Again, you decide your own heat level. Once you get out in the real world, your company or your business or whoever the restaurant is or whoever the owner or chef, they decide on the heat level. Here, you can decide on it. And you can see what I have. I've got a little splatter of sambal. I don't know how much yet. I'm just kind of adjusting. And again, remember, like I said, in Asian cookery, you need to have to have like a balance, or you want that balance. Now I'm gonna go get, I have my coconut milk. My coconut milk's been in the fridge, so I'm gonna go get a different one. If you have it in the fridge, that's fine. It's just gonna be really thick and you might need to kind of break it apart. But I'm gonna just go get a different one that's not in the fridge. So it's easier for me to get all the. So I would suggest you shaking up the can really well to get all the coconut milk, coconut cream kind of put together. The world is right-handed. I hate right-handed can openers. The world is all left-handed. That would be awesome. All right, so I've got my coconut milk just sitting right here. I'm gonna get a spoon and kind of spoon in a little bit. And again, you gotta just adjust. Coconut milk, you can kind of see it's kind of chunky. Sometimes if it is cold, I would take it out, put it into a mixing bowl and kind of mix it up. And you're probably going to need to let it sit and warm up just a little bit. So I'm just putting a couple of spoonfuls, little small spoonfuls of the coconut milk in here. Does everybody see kind of what I have? I've got sambal, I've got shallots, I've got ginger, I've got garlic, I've got the coconut milk, and I'm going to use my hoisin or oyster sauce, just a spoonful of hoisin or oyster sauce. You kind of see what I have. And I'm going to use a little bit of vinegar. And I think you should have a thing called black vinegar in there. If you do not have the black vinegar, you could use just regular vinegar is fine. But I'm going to just put a little bit of the black vinegar. You can see how much, because again, that vinegar helps cut the fattiness and it helps kind of break down the chicken as well. Does everybody kind of see what we got going on? It looks like a little marinade so far. So the only thing I need, I'm gonna put, I need some palm sugar. And I don't know, did the people that picked up the trays, did y'all get palm sugar? I don't see any for me. If you don't, you can either use a little touch of brown sugar or some white sugar, just plain castor sugar. Ooh, dropped my spoon. So I'm gonna do like about a pinch, 2 pinches of sugar. And I couldn't even find brown sugar. I used just plain old white sugar, caster sugar, just plain old regular old sugar. Okay, so I've got sugar, I've got ginger, I've got garlic, I've got sambal, I've got coconut milk, I've got little hoisin or oyster sauce. And now I'm gonna kind of give it a little taste, see what it tastes like. A little salt. And I'm gonna put in, I love the Szechuan pepper, the ground Szechuan pepper. I'm gonna use a little touch of that. Okay, there we go. There's my marinade right here. Right, so now I need to cut up my chicken. Now I'm gonna need to kind of get my area a little cleaned off to where I don't get any chicken juice on any of my vegetables that I do not want. Second, I just need to move them. Around. All right, so my chicken, now the way this is supposed to fit on a skewer. Let me find my skewer. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it kind of julienne, or like lengthwise. So where it'll fit on the, and I'm going to kind of cut it on a bias so it's a little wide. I'll show you. All right, so here's my chicken breast. I just need to trim up any of this excess fat that's on there. Okay, so here's my chicken breast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it at an angle like this. So when I thread it, I can kind of thread it just like this, and it's easy for the customer to eat. And we want it to cook kind of fast on the grill. We don't want it to sit very long on that grill. There we go. So I'm going to put my chicken right into this bowl. I'm going to mix that bowl or mix my chicken up. Here it is right here. Make sure it's nicely coated. If you want to put it in a Ziploc, you're more than welcome to put it in a Ziploc. There's what it looks like right here. So I'm going to let that sit and marinate. So I'm going to put this in the fridge and let that sit. I'm going to clean up my area, and then I will those Bonito flakes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? My suggestion, let me look at the recipe real quick. What does it call for? How much does it call for? 1 ounce. So that's like a third of beef stock. I would say fill it up to here. All right, just fill up one and just that's it. Okay. Because that'll be plenty. Yeah. wash my hands, and then I'm gonna clean my station up a little bit. Because I had a lot of chicken. Maybe this weekend y'all can use the rest of that coconut milk and make a pina colada. That would be nice. Feel like I'm accident prone today. I dropped all the skewers. I overflowed my sink this morning. Man, I'm batting 1,000 today. Huh? All right, so I need to wipe down my station and go clean my knife real quick because my knife had chicken on it. The next thing I'm going to work on is the probably fried rice prep, or I could make my peanut sauce. Peanut sauce is not going to take that long. So probably my fried rice prep is going to be my next thing I'm going to do. Because I've already made the basically the chicken satay mixture. All I need to do is kind of wipe it off and then stick it on my the sticks and grill it. So I am gonna, since I'm haven't yet, let me go ahead and turn on my grill. Get that kind of heating up a little bit. I've got here. All right. All right, so got my cutting, I got all my stuff cleaned off. Now I'm gonna go with, so that is, so spring roll mix done. The chicken satay marinade is done. And so all I need is the peanut sauce and the fried rice now. So I'm gonna go with the fried rice. Let me make this a little smaller so everybody can see it a little bit more. All right, so we've got, so I'm gonna kind of gather up this stuff now. So Chinese sausage. Rice is already made. Carrots. Might need to cut up more carrots. Garlic. All right, so I'm gonna just start cutting up all of this stuff. The Chinese sausage, I will do in a minute. I'm gonna just go ahead, do my carrots, do all my vegetables first, and then once I'm done with my vegetables, then I will do the protein. Where did that put yours? So this is for fried rice, this carrots and all these vegetables. So typically for fried rice, you see it in dice. You dice it up. My suggestion, the only thing you cannot change is the size of the peas. And everything, this is called fried rice, right? It's not vegetable fried rice. So the main focus should be the rice. So make sure that when you dice or when you're doing all these vegetables, that the main focus is going to be the rice. So you don't want you don't want any of the vegetables other than the peas to be bigger than the rice, because the peas might be bigger than the rice. But I'm gonna dice this up. And what I'm going to be looking for your final exam when you do fried rice is also your knife cuts, making sure that you have nice knife cuts and they look good. They're not too big, not too small, somewhere in the happy medium range. Let me find my peas and I'll kind of put my peas next to my carrots. You can kind of see that they're about the same size. If anybody can see that, shows you the size of it. There's carrots right there. Any of this you can save for stock or for anything you want. So I'm going to put separate the peas real quick. Here are my carrots right here. Put my peas in a small container. All right, here are my peas, here are my carrots. What else do we need? Let me move this up. I need onions. The onions I'm going to dice. Small dice on the onions. Onions right here. I only used about a quarter of a white onion. We need about a quarter. We're only making a small amount. can't see it. Some peas, carrots, garlic. And you can just put about anything you want to in there. I need to probably chop up a little more garlic, maybe, but before that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my Chinese sausage. And if you don't have Chinese sausage, you can use regular sausage. You can use just whatever protein that floats your boat. Honestly, it really doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna take my Chinese sausage, split it down the middle, and then I'm gonna cut it again. So I'm gonna cut it into fourths. And then I'm gonna dice that up. Again, trying to make it all about the same size. All my vegetables, everything, just about the same size. There's my Chinese sausage. I only use one. You can use 5. You can use whatever floats your boat.
Chef, they gave us 3.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I think 3 is a lot.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if you want to use it, it's just I would change it.
I think I'll
the
just
name
use
to like
one
a-
because it's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you can utilize it, whatever else. But they are good.
Can I put
let's see.
chicken in the fried rice, Chef?
Yeah, as long as it's kind of cooked, because everything that's in fried rice needs to be cooked.
Yes.
Or, because it's not going to take long. So yes, you can, if you have grilled chicken, like we, like I,
You have a little
have a
bit
bunch
left
of-
from yesterday.
yeah, of course you can. You can
Yeah, because
put
you know I
about-
don't eat anything with seafood, so I was like, oh.
Yeah,
God.
yeah, totally, for sure.
Thank you,
I'm
Chef.
gonna, yeah, of course. I'm gonna grate up a little more ginger just because I need a little bit more. I grated up some yesterday, but need a little bit more today. A little grated ginger right here. I like to grate it because ginger is very fibrous. It tends to it doesn't break down very well when you cook it, so that's why I like to microplane it. All right, so actually, this doesn't even have ginger. It doesn't. Yeah, right, so just garlic. I guess you don't need ginger. I like to put a little touch of ginger in there for myself, but if you don't have to. Here. So I've got everything for my fried rice. Let me get it together. All right, so fried rice. I've got my peas right here. I've got my carrots right here, onions, Chinese sausage. I've got my garlic right here. I've got salt and pepper that I'll have. And then, I might use the Szechuan peppercorns, ground Szechuan pepper, because I just like the flavor of it, especially with Asian cookery. And I've got my rice sitting right here. I'm gonna just kind of leave it sitting out, or put it in the fridge. I like to pull it out a little earlier, just so where it will kind of warm up, so where our warm up like to room temp, so where my rice is not like cold in the middle. And then I need a little soy sauce. All right, so I got a little soy sauce for my fried rice. You don't need much. Okay, so for my fried rice, I have my peas, carrots, onions, sausage, salt, pepper, garlic, soy sauce, and rice. I'm gonna need a little bit of canola oil. And that's just about it. So there's my prep for here. Here's my rice. I'm gonna just kind of put that off to the side. And now, oh, you know what? I did not get my eggs. I did not see that. For my egg, I'm gonna take my egg and I'm gonna crack it and beat it up. Make sure that put it in my wok or into my pan or whatever I'm frying my rice in. That I've got my, I'm gonna go ahead with 2 eggs. Right, and since eggs don't really have any seasoning, I am gonna put a little salt and in with that egg. So I beat that egg up as well and put a little salt in there. And that's gonna be for my fried rice. I just forgot to. I've got that staged up. So everything is ready for my fried rice. All I have to do is make it. Right. The last thing I need to prep for is my peanut sauce. Here it is. I've got shallots, garlic, palm sugar, coconut milk, peanut butter, tamarind, and then water and sambal. All right, so for the tamarind, all right, tamarind usually comes in a big old chunk, something like this. And it's got seeds in it. Okay, so sometimes it has seeds in it. You just need to make sure. So what I'm gonna do is I got my tamarind paste right here. I'm gonna just get maybe, trying to think of about how much I would tell y'all. Maybe a pinch. I mean, I don't know if you can kind of see how much I have right here, but it's maybe half ounce maybe, or a little less than that. So I'm gonna kind of start gathering up. I got that. I've got my coconut milk right here. Just make sure you, and again, this is all about balance. Okay, so we're gonna be cooking this and we're gonna be kind of adjusting it as we go along. So I'm gonna just kind of gather up everything that I need. Garlic, sugar, peanut butter. And again, if you're allergic to peanuts, you can, or peanut butter, you can use any other nut, tree nuts, or if you just are allergic to that, just leave it out. Do not do anything with it. So the shallot that I have, I'm gonna just, this one, I'm gonna fine dice.
I ran out of shallots, so
Okay, well then you don't need it. Or you can use a onion, just a small dice and an onion,
Okay,
just a
good.
small amount. Honestly, you don't need much.
Okay.
And I'll show you how much. Or if you have a red onion, you can use a little bit of red onion.
Yes, I have
But-
red onion. I have red,
Yeah, I
white,
mean,
and yellow.
Honestly, I don't know if you can see here, look on my knife right there. It's not that much shallot.
Okay,
So I just want a little bit, but I'm gonna finally chop it because again, I don't want, this is gonna be a dipping sauce, so I don't want it too chunky. Okay,
right.
so make sure that, you know, it's fine enough so where it's not too chunky. There we go. So I've got my shallot, just a small amount. You don't need much. Add flavor. Shallot right there. So I got, sorry, I have to keep moving my computer up so I can see. I got shallots, garlic. That's what I'm gonna have to chop up more of. So I'm gonna have to chop up more garlic. So I'm gonna wait on that until I'm done with all the other crap. Palm sugar, coconut milk. Water and sambal. Okay, so for the tamarind, okay, here's the tamarind paste right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some water and I'm going to pour it just a little bit in here to soften it up. I'll show you. You kind of see right here, I'm going to just kind of get a fork. Spoon, and I'm going to just kind of there we go. Just a little bit of water. Maybe it was like maybe a half ounce of water or a little less. Just a little bit just to kind of hydrate and to mash up my tamarind. Okay, now I'm going to chop up some garlic real quick because I didn't have enough. Two more things. Two more things. Got my garlic, I just need to chop it up. So the fried rice and the egg rolls are final cooking practical items, I believe. Got my garlic there, just chop it up. Finally chop this or paste it. One of the two, no one wants the big chunks in their dipping sauce. Oh, my camera is blurry. Hold on. Just finely chopping it. Just chopping away, just chopping away. Flatten it out so we're pasting it a little bit so it's not so chunky, because this is going to be in a sauce, right? And I don't want a chunky garlic in there. Go. Here. Go. I'm kind of clean up my area a little bit. So I want. And for this peanut sauce, I am gonna add probably a little bit of sambal, little spice to it, just to where it's got that spiciness, and then you got the sweetness of the peanut butter. So, get my knife involved. And I'm going to cut up some green onions just for garnish. You know, Asian cookery or Asian cooking, you typically see green onions for garnish, all of that. And I can, you know what, if you don't have shallot, you could use the white part of the green onion. It's fine as well. And then put up some green onions. I think then we'll pretty much square it up. Get the white part off, then the green part. Green onion, I'm going to cut it on a hard bias, real thin. There it is, right there. If I want to use some of this white portion, white part for fried rice, I can. Put my, this is for my garnish right here, the white or the green part. The white part I can utilize for use it up something. Put it in the fried rice. All right, I'm going to clean up my table and get ready to roll out my egg rolls. So just give me, or actually, you know what? Let me start making the marinade powder sauce. Okie dokie. So here's my sauce, small sauce pot. All right. So I've got oil, shallots, garlic, palm sugar. I need to get a little sugar, coconut milk, peanut butter, tamarind paste, and then water and sambal. Okay. So here we go. So I'm going to, in a pan right here, turn on the heat. I'm going to get a skosh, a very, very small amount. Because this is a sauce, right? And I don't want it to be too greasy. So I'm going to do a very small amount of canola oil. You know what? You could have, instead of canola oil, if you want to use a little sesame oil, I think sesame oil would be quite nice in this as well. So I'm going to got my garlic and I've got my shallots. If you don't have shallots, you could easily use the green onion, the white part of the green onion, or red onion, or even a white onion is fine. Even I said red onion, red onion is kind of sweeter, and shallots tend to have a sweet factor to it. Okay, so I've got my shallots, my garlic right in here. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to make more of this sauce than you really need, just because you're going to have to just balance it out. So I've got my shallots and garlic right in here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, put in that tamarind paste or that softened tamarind. I'm going to put that right in, just like that. Let that kind of reduce down a skosh. Now, has anybody ever eaten peanut butter? Hopefully, all of y'all probably have at one point or another.
Oh
And you
God,
know
I
how
could
it
just
kinda-
have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day,
Ex-
chef.
Exactly. But you know how it kind of dries out your mouth. Now, the most important thing that's not on here is vinegar. You might need a little bit of vinegar because that vinegar or acid cuts fat, and peanut butter is like very, very fatty, or it kind of coats your palate. So sometimes you need a little bit of vinegar in there. So I might add some vinegar to it, but and I don't know really how much peanut butter. I'm going to start off with this amount, maybe a large tablespoon, and kind of go from there. So I'm going to put my peanut butter in. my peanut butter kind of melted right in. I'm gonna go ahead, put some coconut milk in there. Now, the most important thing to do is add water. Okay, you need water because this is going to need to thin down. If you didn't have, all right, you don't only use water. You have chicken stock or something like that. You're basically making a sauce. So you just need to adjust this so where it has a good peanut sauce flavor. And I'll show you in just a second. Peanut butter is melting. I think I needed just a touch more peanut butter because I put in maybe a little too much coconut milk. So I've got this melting. Let me show you kind of what it looks like so far. You know what, and I might, because the Cameron paste, the paste that we're using is a little chunkier than we usually get it. I might strain this out, depending on, I might strain it. So I don't like the look of the Cameron's a little chunkier than normal.
Me tengo que sentar, yo no puedo.
What's that? All right, so here is so far my peanut sauce. I need to put a little sambal. I need to put in some sugar. If you don't have palm
Okay,
sugar,
here it
you can
is.
use
I knew I saved some of the green peas.
what's that?
No, I'm saying I knew I had saved some of the green peas from yesterday.
Uh,
I got so much
if you
stuff
don't-
in my
if you don't-
refrigerator. I was like, where's the green peas?
if you don't have it, you don't have all the products, it is what it is. I'm fine with it, as long as you fry rice, and that's all that I care about. All right, my sambal, I'm gonna go get a little sugar. And that is it. Let that kind of cook down. I probably will. And again, we're not trying to make this ultra sweet. We just want a little sweetness to it, but not too sweet. But I'm gonna. That's it, taste it. And again, it's all about balance, finding that balance. Right, I need a little more sambal, a little more heat, a little more spice in the back of the throat, a little vinegar or some sort of acid. I use a little rice wine vinegar. You can use plain vinegar, distilled, black vinegar is fine, but whatever floats your boat. Taste. Okay, I need some salt. I'm going to use some of that Szechuan peppercorn. Again, since I have it. And I like the flavor of it in there. For Asian cooking. The sauce should be thin enough to dip, and it shouldn't be too thick either. Something similar to like this. And again, it might thicken up, right? As it's sitting. So you might need to adjust the consistency. But there we have it. That is a peanut sauce right there. A little spicy peanut sauce. There you go. I'll just leave it off to the side of my pan or of the heat because I really don't want to heat it much anymore. If I need to thin it down, I can thin it down with a little bit of water. But remember, anytime you thin stuff down, you need to make sure that you re-season it or adjust the seasoning or whatever else. And you know what? I am going to add just a little small amount of ginger. I think the ginger would actually taste pretty good in there. And it shouldn't taste completely like peanut butter. I mean, it's going to taste like peanut butter, but you should still be able to taste a lot of the other things in there. Like the ginger, the garlic, the sambal. Taste it one more time. Be happy with that. Put a little, again, guys, you're just gonna need to figure out that balance for yourself, trying to make sure it's not too spicy, not too peanut buttery, not too this, not too that. You just need to adjust it. And you can always add more coconut milk if you need to, whatever else. Dump out that can real quick. So I'm going to kind of clean up my table now. Everything is done. Now I'm going to clean up my table, get organized, so where I can produce this product. And roll. I'm going to roll. The next thing I'm going to do after I kind of clean up, I'm going to roll out my egg roll. And then I'm going to, after that, I'm going to skewer up my chicken. And then I will kind of do all the cooking after that. Get my table organized a little bit. Put away a lot of my stuff because I don't need really my knife anymore. All my stuff is cut. Put up all my produce, put up all my products, sit out and get hot. I've got my fryer on. That's another thing, staging yourself up. You might want to get some oil in a pan or a pot. So you can have your oil kind of sitting there ready for you whenever you need to fry. All you have to do is turn it on. Yeah. I'm going to go put away my stuff real quick. Give me a second. A couple of trips. While I'm going to put that up, I'm going to grab stuff. So I've got my egg roll mix right here. I need to put up a little bit more of my stuff. Right there. I am going to add just a little drizzle of peanut, sesame oil to my peanut sauce. I do like the flavor of the sesame oil in the peanut sauce. All right. We gather up the rest of the stuff. Sorry, guys, I'm just kind of getting organized real quick. And then roll out my egg. And if you had any leftover toasted peanuts, you could chop that up and kind of use it as a garnish if you wanted to for the peanut dish. All right, I'm back. I'm going to show you how to roll egg roll. Here is my egg roll wrappers. Here is my egg roll mix right here. I need to separate my egg roll wrappers. I have it like a triangle. Here, let me get a different color cutting board. Typically, I would not use a red cutting board for this, but it's easier to see. There we go. I like to do it as a diamond. I have beaten egg. Remember, I beat up one egg. Where is it? There it is. And added water to it. So I have one that has beat up egg for water, and then one that has just beat up egg. The beat up egg one is for the fried rice, and the one with a little bit of touch of water is for the egg roll. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this mixture. First of all, I'm going to either you have, I like to use my fingers since I'm going to just kind of put egg on the edges, just like so. Then I'm going to put my egg roll mix. Just like so. I'm going to take it, I'm going to tuck it under just like that. I'm going to get the egg, put it on the top. I'm going to fold this over. That bell pepper in. Roll it once, then I'm going to fold it over so where I can seal it. Make sure that the edges are sealed properly. Get the egg. Making sure it looks round. I don't want it flat. I'm going to take this egg right here, flip it just like so, and there we have it. Now, all of my egg rolls need to be about the same size. So I'm going to put this off to the side and then do other ones. Now you can do bigger ones, you can do smaller ones, you can do just about whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. We use this egg wash mixture for glue. That's kind of basically our glue. You want to fill this, but you don't want to fill it too much, and you don't want it too underfilled either. And you really want to avoid any sort of stuff on the outside of your mix or of your egg mix. The most important thing, guys, is make sure that these vegetables and all of that are not too wet, or it doesn't have a lot of that moisture to it. Because if you do have a lot of moisture, it's going to, what I call blow out. It's going to blow out on you. I'm going to fold that over, make sure I seal it, make sure that edges are folded over. I don't want any of that product oozing out. Take it, give it a roll. Make sure I get the egg on there to act as a glue. There we go. I've got my now 2 egg rolls right here, almost similar size. This one in my left hand is just a hair bit longer, but it's the thickness is about the same. So here we go. There are my 2 egg rolls. And I'm gonna put this just in the fridge or freezer or whatever else until I need it, until I'm ready to fry. So I'm going to put this in the fridge. All right, so my egg rolls are rolled and ready to go. All I need to do is throw them in the fryer whenever I'm ready. I've got my fryer on. Now, the most important thing is that I don't want my fryer too hot to where it'll brown the outside without heating up the inside. So I need to make sure that I watch that. So I'm gonna clean up my area now. And then I'm gonna start my chicken satays. Now, if you have extra of these guys, you could mix like the egg roll. You can make a dessert. You could do a little cream cheese, add an egg yolk in the cream cheese, some cinnamon and sugar, and make like if you've ever seen like a crab rangoon type of deal, you could do the kind of same thing, but do it as like a fried cheesecake, or if you have a piece of cheesecake, you can wrap it up and fry it. And these are always good little Scooby snacks. So I don't need that egg anymore. The reason why I get rid of it is because I don't want it to mix in with the egg that I'm going to be using for my fried rice. Because the fried rice, I didn't put any water in the egg, but for this dish, I put a little bit of water in the egg. So here's I pulled out my chicken meat. I'm going to go ahead get I've got a little pan. You can use sheet pan, whatever else. I've got my skewers right here. Let me go grab my skewers right here. Guys, please turn on your camera. I like to see you cook. If you're cooking, turn on the camera. All right, here's my chicken. All right, here's my satay. So I'm gonna thread it kind of through here. There we go. There's one. And then satays, guys, should be long and kind of skinny, or it shouldn't be like what I don't want you to do is put your chicken like this, like so where your chicken's hanging off. You want your chicken kind of doing something like this. Everybody see that? That's kind of what you want. I did, 2 or 3, however many, however much chicken. So I thread this about 3 or 4 times, kind of accordion kind of thread. If everybody sees that, that's kind of what I got right here. And when I'm threading this, or when I'm putting it on there, I'm taking off the shallot, if I have a bunch of big chunks of garlic or anything like that, I'm kind of removing that off of the product, because I don't want my shallot to be falling off and burning on my grill or whatever else. So I'm going to just thread it. And if your connection is bad and you need to turn off your camera, that's fine. I just always like to, gives me something to look at other than blank boxes. And just threading this, I'm gonna have enough for like 4 sticks, I think. I am accident prone today. I just flung a bunch of marinade on my keyboard on the computer. however many pieces you put on one, you need to put on the same amount on all the other ones, because as a customer, you want to try to make sure, or as you, for your customers, you want to make sure you get about the even amount. I'm doing 3 little slices. I had maybe a little extra chicken that I took this morning, so might have a little bit more than you. There we go. There is my skewered up chicken. I'm gonna clean this up. Clean up I can put my skewered chicken back in the fridge so whenever I need it, because again, this is raw chicken, right? And I don't want raw chicken sitting out and depending on when I need to cook it. So I'm gonna go put this up in just a second. I'm gonna wipe down my station, and then I'm gonna kind of gather up my plates. I'm gonna gather up my, get my wok together. Wok, I'm gonna get just kind of all my cooking stuff ready. I'm gonna check that peanut sauce and make sure that the peanut sauce is good. If I need to strain it, I can strain my peanut sauce. And again, since we're going to be in Asia again, I think we're going to be in the Philippines tomorrow. Save all your vegetables. Don't throw away any of your vegetables. Just save it until we're kind of done for the week. I just like a smoother, silkier look to my sauce. So I'm going to, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm going to, I'll bring it over here. I'm going to just strain this peanut sauce through a little hand strainer, just to get any of that tamarind chunks out. You know, I just, again, and I'm going to thin it down just a little bit. I don't know if you can see, but do you see all that, the chunks and all that stuff that was in that sauce? You know, if, you know, it really kind of depends. I mean, I could, if I want to, I could just kind of keep pushing this, and anything that goes through here, I'll save. But anything that doesn't go through, I'm gonna just get rid of. And I like the look of it a little nicer. Probably have to thin down that sauce a little bit. Thin it up. And, Yeah. Put a touch of water in there, and I can put a little bit of sesame, or some coconut milk. But I'm gonna heat that up a little bit. I need to go get some plates, my wok, all of that. So I will be right back. Oh, my camera turned off. Has my camera been off for a while? Huh, that was weird. All right, so I'm gonna just pour a little bit of oil in this wok and I'm gonna heat it up just so where I can kind of wipe it all down. It's been sitting for last night and I think another class used it. So I wanna good. I'm gonna go ahead, get my egg rolls out of the cooler, get my chicken satay out. Egg rolls. I see my wok getting very hot. Back there. I'm gonna get tartare. Don't have a wok, you can always use a saute pan, a flat griddle. Whatever floats your boat. All right, here's my wok right here, nice and clean, very hot. Put it off to the side for a second until I'm ready. Yeah. All right, my egg rolls are going to be kind of the last thing I'm going to cook. So I'm going to just kind of keep those off to the side and get my satay. Is you want to get a really good color on the outside, kind of a char. So I'm going, because my chickens can sit and rest. So I'm gonna get my, my chickens started first, but I need to oil down my grill. So I need to make sure my oil down my grill. Down the grill. Log in to my phone real quick to show you. I'm going to turn off this camera so I can. So I'm going to go ahead. Put my satays right on the grill. Looks like so. Hopefully, just let that cook for a little bit, and then I'll deal with it in just a second. Satays are grilling. We need to go get. Okay, so this plate is for my egg rolls. This bowl is for my fried rice. This little ramekin is for my peanut sauce. And this little square plate or rectangular plate is going to be for my chicken satays. So I'm going to need to go back over to the grill and check on my chicken satays. So my chicken satays are cooking. I'll just be able, once they're done, I'll just take it out. Keep them in a warm place. The chicken's not going to take long to cook, right? Because it is really cut thin, right? And it's been marinating quite a while. The acid helps cook it, but make sure you don't have any raw chicken. You don't want to raw chicken. Pan. Show the chicken inside. Good job. Thank you. Here's the chicken right here, chicken satays. Okay, it's got some char to it. I'm gonna just put it in a pilot lit oven or somewhere stay nice and warm. Chicken satays, my fried egg rolls, I will fry in just a second. And then my fried rice, I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. For my fried rice, I have, does anybody questions so far? No? All right, fried rice, I've got my garlic, I've got my onions. So we're gonna need to cook my vegetables first. So I'm gonna go ahead, get my wok, oh, sorry, my camera's not on. Here's my wok right here. I'm gonna get it on the heat. Some oil first. I'm gonna put my sausage in there to help render some of that fat down. I'm gonna put my carrots in. Put in my onion. So I've got carrot and onions right now. Get a different spoon. I like to use a big spoon. You kind of see what I have right here. It's the onion, carrot, and the Chinese sausage. Let that do its thing. I'm gonna go ahead. At this point, I'm gonna put in my garlic, and I have the white part of the green onion that I just wanted, that I had used. I'm gonna use for my garnish, for my green part. So I wanted to use up that. I'm gonna burn my garlic. Everybody see what I got right there? I got my carrots, onion, garlic, the white part of the green onion, and that sausage. Okay, I'm going to now crank up the heat, and I'm going to go ahead and put my rice in there. You don't need all of it, probably. But you want a good balance of vegetable to rice mixture. Okay, you want a good balance, and so I just put my rice in there. I can always add more oil. Can't ever take it out. So just make sure you're careful. I'm going to let my rice sit there for a second because I want it to get crispy. I'm going to put just a touch more oil in there. And I'll show you what it looks like in just one second. Okay, here's kind of what it looks like right now. I'm going to just let it sit. I want that rice to get that crispiness to it. Now I have not put in the soy sauce or anything else. I'm going to put a little Szechuan pepper in there. hear that rice kind of popping, that kind of tells me I need to move it. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm shaking and kind of moving it around and gonna let it sit. For a second. I've got it on high because I want to make sure that I brown that right. I have not put soy sauce in. I want soy sauce burnt, right? And I don't want a lot of burntness right now. I have not put in the egg or the peas. Just working on before I put in my soy sauce, I'm going to put my egg in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little hole. I don't know if you can see, but I'm making a little hole in the center of my rice. Then I'm going to put in my egg, and then I'm going to carefully scramble. I don't want it to sit there. I don't want to mix it in too fast because it can make my egg or make my product kind of gummy. So I'm just going to use my spoon, stirring that egg around, and I try to incorporate it into the rice very slowly. You kind of now look at it. It's got the egg kind of broken up into it. Put a little soy sauce. You don't want too much. But you do want a little bit. You want it kind of dark, but you don't want like a really dark rice. But I will show you what it's like. Right, peppers, salt. Okay, I don't know if you can see, that's kind of the finished product right there. Take this, put it into a, all right, actually, I'm going to put my peas in there because my peas need to, my peas are cooked, right? So where I don't need to recook them, I just need to reheat them. Here's my fried rice. Everybody sees it right here. Got my sausage in there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fry off my egg roll. I need to get my peanut sauce and put it. Sautés. I'm getting a little bit of peanut sauce and I'm crushing it on that sautés. Little something. Garnish. Fryer. My peanut sauce is going to go down in my mix. Get my knife, chop up some, I had some toasted peanuts from yesterday. Chop up that. There we go. There's the peanuts with the, or I'm sorry, the chicken satay with the peanut sauce, the fried rice. And the egg rolls are coming out. They're holding together quite fine. They're not falling apart. That tells me we'll seal it correctly. Cover your product. Now, I'm going to tell you, please be very careful. I don't know if you see, the Chinese sausage got a little dark for me. I don't know if you can kind of see. Let me see if I can just see how little dark that is. It got just a little dark. It has just a hint of bitterness, so you need to be very careful with that. All right. Use my mistake and your advantage. Watch out on that question. All right, my egg roll is done. I'm going to just let it sit and drip dry for a second, and then I will plate that up. And really, it took me maybe 25 minutes to cook everything. Once I got everything staged up, I'm ready to go. All right, here is my egg rolls right here. I'm going to cut one of those egg rolls in half so you can kind of see what it looks like on the inside. You can see the inside of the egg roll, just like so. So there's the egg rolls right here. Here is the peanut sauce.
Looks good, Chef.
And the only The only suggestion, the only thing I would be careful on is that sausage. It can get a little dark on you, and mine got a little dark.
I'm using ham, chef.
Yeah, you can use ham, it's fine as well.
Yeah.
Any questions? No? Rock and
Looks
roll.
good.
All right, I'm gonna go give it away to these individuals.
Rock and roll.
Sí, yo sé, yo hago unas de mezclas y unas de cosas. Y las cosas me salen tan bien que yo a veces digo, bendito sea Dios, que usted está conmigo, Dios mío. ¿Tú me oyes? Yo digo, bendito sea Dios que está conmigo, porque oye, es increíble. Mm. Se la recito bien. Podemos para que isso. No voy a pensar que yo estoy entretenida tirando la tele. ¿Quién te está avisando, Betancourt?
All right, so I'm gonna just start cleaning up a little bit, and then I'll get with y'all in a little while. And unless y'all have any questions, problems, you know, yell at me if you do. But just be careful with that. If you're using that Chinese sausage, just be careful. You know, I think this walk, when I walked away from the walk,
¿Viste?
it just got a little too dark.
Dice que no le gustó como la salchicha china. ¿Tú das cuenta que es una persona consciente?
And again, save any of your stuff for tomorrow because we're going to be in the Philippines. You might need some of that stuff for tomorrow. So I'm gonna just go ahead and scrub dishes and kind of clean up my station. And then I'll kind of go over everything else that we're doing tomorrow. Touch base with y'all in a couple of minutes after I kind of clean up. I hated that. All right. I prefer to fry rice not in a wok. Just because my rice, I feel like my rice has more surface area on a saute pan than a wok. So if you would like to do it in a saute pan, that you might get a better product just because you have a lot more surface area touching. The rice is touching the heat a little bit more and the metal. And on a wok, it tends to kind of be mounded up instead of kind of flat. That's why if you ever have gone out to the mall, you know, and you've gone to that Asian food place in the malls or whatever else, they usually use a flat griddle, like a pancake griddle type of thing to cook the rice and all of that. It's just sometimes a little easier to cook your fried rice with that instead of the warm. Now, go ahead, start washing the dishes. Situated in that. And then I need to clean out a freezer. I pulled it out and I just need to wipe it down and all of that. So for a few minutes, I'm gonna just wipe down the freezer and plug it back in. Hoping with the right temp. Any questions so far? I'm going to change out my headphones. The headphones are down. Test, test. Make sure my fryer is off. Make sure my off. Now I just need to clean. I'm going to dry off my wok and make sure I oil it down. So anytime you use a wok, you need to, at the end of it, you need to clean it and then make sure you oil it down so it doesn't rust. You want to oil front and back. So there it is, all shiny, clean. Put it back. Corner out. All right, guys, I'm gonna just mop up some stuff. I'll be mopping if you need. Any questions? Anybody need anything? Just let me know. I'm here. Morning.
Hey, how are you?
All right.
I was gonna set something here just for.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can be very quiet.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm done cleaning out that, cleaning up.
How are you feeling today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. You're cool.
Jack and Sean? Oh, yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. Clean the, freezer. I'll be right there.
Um,
All right, guys, I'm gonna go take out the garbage. I'll be right back. I'll see y'all in a second. Hey, Chef. Stop. Hey, Chef Cliff. Chef Miguel.
Okay. Scott's gonna log on with his, Scott's gonna log on right now, and, I'm just gonna give our notes to, Chef Nickerson. And then, he'll convey them to Stan. But this way, we can all be on the same page with any problems or successes. And maybe we can just eliminate, whatever's been happening for the past year. Or minimize. You have that original spreadsheet open, Jeff, again? What is it? Is it the original copy or the copy? Because I have two. I think it's the original copy, right? The title? Yes, because you're on it right now, okay. Because I have one that I did, and then one that I gave to Raph to see what he would do with it. So, yeah. Let's just start off with day 7. And then I'm gonna pull up Scott's notes too. He's got notes and something. He's got notes, but I think I transferred all of this on here. I have not yet. I haven't even seen Stan. His stuff is here, but he's not here. So.
Well, I just saw this email from Stan.
Oh. I mean, it came this morning, or we have to do that. He's not coming. The idea is that even if he does not come, we're gonna get right to you.
Yeah, that's fine. And I have a meeting today after our meeting.
And we can be sure that all of these things are things, all the instructors actually need for class.
Yes.
And can't be just erased, or if they are, we need to know we're not gonna get on the same salad of our class. We need to know we're not gonna get the same of our class, rather than having a single shit show. Every day, pretty much, right? Because that's kind of the feeling I have, you know? And we lose student interest, we lose engagement. Yeah, you're good.
I'm just looking at.
I think the big problem are we lose student engagement. And we probably have a level of attrition due to our poor performance here.
Yeah.
And those things all have to do with our budget too. So if the idea is that we support the school by getting the right products, well, we also need to support the school by not having students unengaged.
Yeah.
I think like everyone can agree on, yeah. So I don't know the parts of my plan is just to get the carrots and do the puree with carrots. That's kind of what I've had to do for the past, I don't know how many blocks, because I don't know, parts of car.
Let me get something to write on. Let me tell these guys real quick. Hold on.
What's the gist of the email?
Oh, I think it was here.
Was it wordy? Yeah. I agree. I know. Yeah.
Hey, guys, do y'all have any questions?
Let's put it in then, and then we'll put it in.
All right, I'm going to mute myself because I've got to talk to another chef, but I'm going to be in here. I'm going to have my earphone on. So if you need me, grab onto me or tell me, hey, chef, I need you. But I'm going to be here. I'm just talking with one of the other chefs. I'll let you see.
Is that we just, then we don't experience that, right? So we'll put parts of it. I just,
All right, guys, I'm gonna talk to y'all about what we're doing
We
tomorrow.
did put these on mustard corner shelf on, and we need to list this week, so I think this one's okay, I think we're okay with being the one who wants to work fine, yeah. Blind and block today, chicken stock. These are the landmines that we all fall on every day, you know what I mean?